to this videos? If we make 5,000 likes to this video, we will upload more patriotic news. Thank you. When you see how many illegal aliens have driver's licenses in California, your jaw will hit floor. The state of California is on pace to give illegal aliens a total of 1 million driver's licenses by the end of 2017. You read that correctly. Illegal aliens are given driver's licenses while they suck up the welfare in California. In 2013, California lawmakers voted for a bill that permitted illegal immigrants to get driver's licenses if they can prove to the Department of Motor Vehicles their identity and state residency. Which, of course, proving an illegal state residency should put an illegal on the radar with ICE and get the illegal deported. The plan was one of the largest victories to date by the Open Borders lobby. Advertisement. Not even 4 years later, almost 905,000 illegal aliens already have driver's licenses in California, according to the Sacramento Bee, despite issuances starting in 2015. The number of illegal aliens in California with driver's licenses is likely to surpass 1 million before the end of this year. In the first half of 2017 alone, over an estimated 83,000 illegal aliens received driver's licenses in California. Source: Open Society bullshit. Organizations are currently forcing through a plan that would make it illegal to not rent a residence to an illegal alien because of their immigration status. Yes, illegal to refuse service to even a terrorist would become illegal. It's absolutely nonsense. Source: and the left should all go live in their own nation. Let in whom they want to let in. Then see who lasts longer. Why is this acceptable? Should the Trump administration bring the hammer down on Jerry Brown and California? Our nation's sovereignty hangs in the balance as we keep inundating ourselves with foreigners. In fact, the white race will be all but eradicated in the next 100 years if this pace keeps up. Advertisement. Share this story so people know what California is up to. Former DNC Chair Howard Dean welcomes Murkowski to Democratic Party. Former Democratic National Committee Chairman Howard Dean has summoned the loser, Lisa Murkowski. He summoned her to join the Democratic Party after members of the Trump administration for her failure to vote the proper way on the health care repeal. Howard Dean said that Lisa Murkowski would be accepted as a moderate Democrat. He then asked if Alaska had ever benefited from anything that President Trump has done. Advertisement. Interior Secretary Ryan Zink called out the failure of a senator and Senator Dan Sullivan, warning them to vote for the measure. Zink allegedly said that the administration would punish Alaskans. There isn't really any proof given to support this claim, so we will keep our eyes open for that. Murkowski voted against allowing a debate on the motion. President Donald Trump then shared his stance, tweeting his unhappiness Wednesday. Senator Lisa Murkowski of the great state of Alaska really let the Republicans, and our country, down yesterday. Too bad. Trump tweeted. We're here to govern. We're here to legislate. We're here to represent the people that sent us here, the senator responded. She cited Medicaid cuts as the reason she voted against the debate. The problem is that she isn't caring about the people on Medicaid. She doesn't want her state to have to foot the bill if her state's Medicaid costs. I fear that the strong economic growth, pro-energy, pro-mining, pro-jobs, and personnel from Alaska who are part of those policies are going to stop, Sullivan told the Alaska Dispatch News. I tried to push back on behalf of all Alaskans. We're facing some difficult times and there's a lot of enthusiasm for the policies that Secretary Zink and the President have been talking about with regard to our economy. Do you believe that Dean should be welcoming of Murkowski? Advertisement. We don't want her anywhere near the GOP. Powerful Republican breaks with Trump over transgender military ban. After President Donald Trump put on Twitter that transgender people would no longer be able to serve in the military, there were many different kinds of responses. Liberals whined because they want the military to be a social experiment. A Republican is trying to ruin it. There was very little change regarding the Trump bash train here today. Many conservatives came out stating that this was a good move and will save the nation money. This isn't a discrimination against anyone. It is simply a smart move financially. Advertisement: Republican Senator Orrin Hatch, a rhino from Utah, is one of the conservatives that think this was an awful decision. Seems like Orrin Hatch is operating for the liberals. Considering he represents a state in which conservative values are largely practiced, it is very shocking to see his response. I look forward to getting much more information and clarity from our military leaders on the policy the president tweeted today. It seems very clear that the POTUS cares about all the people serving in the military. But that is not what the loser from Utah makes it seem like. Trump is doing his best for LGBT and the service members of this nation. This tweet is a response to a tweet earlier that asked if Utah's leaders stood with transgender people. Nobody said that Trump does not stand with them. This is only a decision that aims to help our country. When will the people of this country realize that everything Trump does he does for the betterment of this country? There is no excuse for the way that President Donald Trump has been treated, and something has to be done about it. Orrin Hatch, along with other rhinos, will fall. It's unreal that they pretend to represent the nation or their constituents. Advertisement: who do they really represent? Breaking: Pelosi caught passing top secret item to arrested Pakistani IT guy. If you actually watch the mainstream media, you, without a doubt, have missed out on most actual information. Numerous arrests of Democratic staffers have occurred. More specifically, the IT staffers who have funneled the money to Pakistan. There has been a fairly big arrest in regards to the Democratic IT hack that has caused millions of dollars in payments and lots of stolen sensitive information. Look out, Pelosi. A Pakistani IT staffer who was operating under the guise of working for Florida Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz was apprehended recently, and it's huge. There were many reports that Imran Awan was caught at Dulles Airport while trying to escape the U.S. He was on the way to Pakistan. Advertisement: WikiLeaks just aired out a part of an email. This is an email that divulges Awan had access to Nancy Pelosi's tablet, which allegedly maintained classified information. There is no way that Pelosi had no idea Awan would be operating on her iPad. There is a good chance that she condoned it. He was a floater for the IT department on a regular basis, and he knew many Democrat lawmakers. Well, the people who are under investigation are the Attorney General of the United States. I mean, what are we talking about here? It is clear that the Democrats don't care about America's security. They are dedicated to other nations and other causes. We must take a stand against them. What do you think about this latest news? Should the Democrats be punished for their baloney? The Democrats would sell the soul of every American to look good or make a buck. These are the same people that bash capitalism and America. Advertisement: they are ruining Washington, D.C. The future of America must not belong to the Democrats, otherwise, our children are aging to. And Coulter defends Jeff Sessions, blames Jared Kushner. Conservative commentator and legendary writer Ann Coulter pointed out on Twitter this week that President Donald Trump is in his current issue with Russia and special counsel Robert Mueller because of Jared Kushner's political malice. Reminder: it was Kushner's decision to fire former FBI Director James Comey that brought the independent counsel, not Sessions recusing himself months earlier, tweeted Coulter, who consistently stood with Trump since he announced his candidacy. Advertisement: in a barrage of tweets this week, Trump, still frustrated that Attorney General Jeff Sessions recused himself in March, went after his beleaguered Attorney General after stating that 3 New York Times reporters that he would not have hired Sessions to be his Attorney General if he was aware in advance that Sessions would recuse himself. In May, based on interviews with 6 White House sources, The Times reported that it was Kushner who was an eager beaver and strongly advocated Comey's ouster after assuring Trump that the firing would be a political win that would neutralize protesting Democrats because they had called for Mr. Comey's ouster over his misconduct regarding the investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails and server issues. When the opposite obviously happened, Trump reportedly grew incensed, and his relationship with Kushner, who was regarded as Mr. Perfect by the technocrats and the globalists, started to have a disconnect. Kushner was allegedly under FBI investigation for his collusion with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak and Russian banker Sergei Gorkov. It is still not obvious whether Kushner met with Gorkov as a member of Trump's transition team or as a businessman. Since Sessions had already recused himself from the investigation, Robert Mueller was appointed. Advertisement: what do you think of what Coulter said? Is Kushner playing for the other team?